And joining me right now is Mo Khan, Chief Executive Officer of Open Orphan, ORPH is ticker. Mo, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me on, Justin. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, and you just released your interim results for the 6 months ended the 30th of June. I know you've been busy because you've been on the podcast, on videos with us, and we'll dig into what's been achieved in the last 6 months. Before we do that, Mo, for people catching up with the story or learning about Open Orphan, just give them a brief summary as to what Open Orphan does, please.
Yeah, so briefly, we are the world leader in providing human challenge trials in respiratory and infectious diseases to the biopharma industry, both big pharma and the biotechs.
Yeah, like I said, I know this has been a busy 6 months for you, multiple contract wins, and also your appointment as CEO. So if you could, give us some of the highlights from the last 6 months up to the 30th of June, Mo.
Yeah, so as you know, I joined as CEO in February of this year, and 2021 was the first year that the company had delivered a profit in the history of Open Orphan. And I'm pleased to say that in the first half of 2021, we've built on that and increased the profit by double-digit percentage points. We've also delivered 19 million pounds of revenue in the first half of the year. But what kind of pleases me more, to be honest, is that we at the end of June of this year, we had a 70 million pound in contracted backlog. Now, my goal here and the company's goal really is to have a sustainable growth model, and that really begins with building a backlog, and we've been able to do that. On the cash side, we have almost 60 million pounds of cash at the end of June of this year. Again, the business is generating cash, which is again very positive. Operationally, we had a lot of successes in new awards. So we had our largest ever recorded contract. We had our first ever full service challenge model program. This is where we manufacture the challenge agent, we characterize it, and then actually conduct this challenge study. And finally, we also did get the CAP certification for our lab, which this is the College of American Pathologists certification, which allows us now to market our laboratory services to third parties.
Yeah, and in addition to financial and operational progress, it was announced by you that the company's undergoing a rebrand. Explain about this. Tell us why, Mo.
Yeah, so this is something we've been thinking about for a while. hVIVO is the operational brand. So if you talk to all our employees, talk to all our customers, and they basically know us either as hVIVO if they're working in the challenge study arena, or Venn Life Sciences if they're working in early clinical development services. And the challenge study arena, hVIVO has a long history, has a trusted reputation, both in the commercial and also in academia. So we've decided that we want to streamline our company names and go with hVIVO. So we will start the process of transitioning from Open Orphan to hVIVO, and the ticker will change from ORPH. I know you're fond of that yourself, to hVIVO. But in the meantime, we will be conducting a marketing campaign and making all our shareholders aware of the change. But on the customer side and the side of the colleagues, employees, and so on, that change will not be significant. But this is something that, as I said, we've been thinking about for a while. It will help us streamline our sales and marketing efforts, and also really for our shareholders, they will become more aware of what we actually do on a day-to-day basis on the operational side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said there's been a lot of activity recently. We've talked about multiple contract wins, and of course, these results are up to 30th of June. Could you share how post-period events have gone, please, Mo?
Yeah, it's already been a fantastic couple of months, to be honest with you, Justin. So we've already recognized 9 million pounds in revenue in the last 2 months. Again, that's a record for the company. We signed a second end-to-end challenge model program, a 10 million pound contract with an existing big pharma. We also signed another 6 million pound influenza challenge model with a company called Co-Crystal, based on the west coast of the US. And then finally, we're building for the future to kind of be able to recognize all this backlog we have in the next coming 18 months or so.
Yeah, well, in fact, if you could, I mean, like I said, a lot of activity, you're very busy. And are you going to be able to keep up this level of activity going forward in the second half?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you should expect from us in the coming the second half of the year, is that we should be delivering on our guidance of 50 million pounds in revenue, and also the double-digit EBITDA margins. And that forecast, the guidance remains the same. We also have greater visibility than ever in the backlog. I talked about the backlog being 70 million pounds as of end of June. It now stands at 80 million pounds. We've also launched a malaria challenge model. We're currently working on the Omicron challenge model. We, in fact, have another challenge model that we are just starting to build. So as we move forward, I think the second half looks very promising, and we have no doubts at the moment that we will be delivering on our forecast.
Excellent stuff. Okay, well, someone's listening right now likes the sound of what you're doing, the progress you're making, but are not yet following the story. Give them 3 quick reasons why they should hit that follow button on your page on Vox Markets and add Open Orphan to their watch list, please.
Well, I think the main reason, really, we are the world leader. I mean, literally, there's nobody else who can claim to the world leader in this. We have done more challenge trials. We have inoculated more healthy volunteers, and our team here, from a scientific expertise and from the qualification they have, is second to none. We have a backlog right now that gives us visibility across the rest of this year and 2023, in some cases in 2024. And we're now able to generate revenue from additional streams that we hadn't recognized before. So all those reasons, I think, combine for your followers to join us.
Excellent stuff. Mo, good to chat to you. And like I say, busy company, so no doubt we'll be catching up in the not too distant future. But in the meantime, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.